My husband caught me with his friend, my ex. Now he's filing for divorce. And I keep telling myself he's being dramatic even though deep down, I know exactly why he's done. Betrayal diaries here. I don't even recognize the person I've become. And maybe that's why I'm here, typing this out to strangers, hoping someone will make sense of it for me. I'm 34. My husband is 38. We've been married for 9 years, with a 6-year-old son who used to think we had the perfect family. And honestly, until recently, I thought so too. Everything started unraveling about 5 months ago. It began so quietly, it almost feels stupid now. An old boyfriend from university messaged me out of nowhere. We hadn't spoken in over a decade. Back then, what we had was intense, messy, unfinished. He was also someone my husband knew socially, which somehow made it feel less dangerous at first. Almost familiar. We started with harmless conversations, just catching up, life updates, nostalgia. It felt innocent. I told myself it was innocent, but it didn't stay that way. There was something about him that pulled me back into a version of myself I hadn't felt in years. Carefree, wanted, reckless. When we finally met in person, I already knew I was crossing a line. I just didn't stop. One meeting turned into another, then into something physical. I wish I could say I fought it. I didn't. What makes it worse is that he had his own life too. A wife, children, responsibilities, just like me. And yet we both chose to ignore all of that, like it existed in some distant world that didn't apply to us. For 4 months, I lived 2 lives. At home, I was a wife and mother. Outside, I was someone else entirely, sneaking around, making excuses, lying without hesitation. We met wherever we could, his place, hotels, even once. In my own house when I knew my husband was out of town. That's the part that haunts me the most. My husband started to change during that time. He became quieter, observant. The kind of quiet that feels heavy, like he's thinking 10 steps ahead of you. One night, he asked me directly, "Are you seeing someone else?" I didn't hesitate. I looked him straight in the eye and said no. He held my gaze longer than usual. Then he said something I can't forget. "I don't have proof, but if I ever find out you're lying to me, we're done. No conversations, no second chances." That should have been the moment I stopped everything. And for a while, I did. I cut things off with the other man, blocked him. Tried to rebuild what I had broken. I threw myself into being present again, attentive, affectionate, everything I hadn't been during those months. Slowly, my husband softened. Not fully, but enough that I thought maybe, just maybe, I had gotten away with it. Then everything collapsed again. Out of nowhere, the other man reached out. A different account, a different number. He said he needed closure, just one last meeting. He kept pushing until I gave in. I told myself it was just to end things properly, but deep down I knew I wanted it, one last time. So I went. A hotel, far enough that I thought no one would ever know. And for a few hours I forgot reality again, until my phone lit up. A single message from my husband. "I know where you are. I know who you're with. We're done. Don't come home." That was it. No shouting, no confrontation, just finality. By the time I tried to call, I was already blocked. When he finally allowed calls again, it wasn't for me. It was only about our son. Everything else, he said, would go through his lawyer. When I got home, the house felt like a place I didn't belong anymore. His things were gone. Our son was gone. Silence everywhere. For a week, I lived like that, just waiting, hoping he'd calm down, hoping he'd come back and at least talk to me. He didn't. The only messages I got were about custody arrangements, cold, direct, like I was a stranger. His family cut me off completely. Mine didn't defend me either. The only person who still answers my calls is my best friend, and even she doesn't know what to say anymore. Then the papers came. Divorce. No discussion. No attempt to fix things. Just over. And I don't know how to process it. Yes, I know I messed up. I know what I did was wrong. I live with that guilt every second. But part of me can't stop asking, is this really it? After everything we built, everything we had, how can he just erase me like I never mattered? How can someone go from loving you to treating you like you don't exist? I keep going back and forth in my head. One moment I hate myself. The next, I feel angry at him for not even giving us a chance to talk it through. I don't know if I'm deluding myself or if there's something I'm not seeing clearly anymore. So I need to ask, honestly, is he being unfair by shutting me out completely? Or am I just refusing to accept that I destroyed something that can't be repaired?